Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. How are we all doing this evening? Welcome back to my channel. So I am Birdie, and in today's selection of gaming, we are going to be having a look at Oxygen Not Included. It's an awesome game. There is so much depth to it. They are updating it all the time. Um, so yeah, I cannot recommend this game highly enough. And if you would like some help getting started with some tips and tricks, that's what I'm here for today. So we're going to be doing kind of as full a playthrough as possible over the course of probably a long time. As I said, this game is very deep and there is a lot to it. So we're going to try and take it in chunks. I imagine for this session we're probably going to get to kind of pre-gas stuff, which won't mean anything to you if you've never played this game before, but that's okay. So one thing I just need to quickly do before I jump into a new game is copy and paste the seed I would like to play on. Now, whether this seed is actually the one that I want or it's the game's recently been updated, and when I started the particular seed that I'm going to be copying and pasting in here right now, it was a good map, and I kind of wanted to keep it, but it's been updated, and that sometimes screws with the seeds. So we'll see. It's anybody's guess whether it will remain. It's seems to have copied in. We're going to be starting on the basic asteroid. This is going to be a kind of let's play slash walkthrough guide tutorial kind of thing. So hopefully you'll be able to pick up some tips and tricks along the way. So without further ado, let's start the game, or at least generate the world. So the first thing that we're going to be wanting to do is to choose our duplicants. So our duplicants are the members of your colony. We'll get to begin with 3, and there's you can completely randomly generate them. I wouldn't recommend it if you're starting for the first time. What we're going to be doing is looking for very specific things. So what we want, first of all, is a researcher. Ooh, I've never seen +4/+4 before. Hmm. Oh, and they've got creativity, decrease medicine, decrease machinery. Don't really care about decrease machinery. I'm going to keep that unless something doesn't quite complement the rest of the team. I mean, really, I want a dedicated decorator anyway. So with that in mind, let's go in here. So yeah, what I'm doing here is I'm using this drop-down menu, and it will give you a kind of basic preset for some roles. You can just completely randomize it like this, but if you want it to go to the kind of thing that you're looking for, yeah, I'd recommend using the drop-down menu and then just having a flick through until you find what you want. Now, this can take some time, so if you are watching this on playback on YouTube, then I'll put a little card in the top right to allow you to jump ahead to the choices that I've made. But if you're watching live, you're going to have to bear with me for a little while I figure all this out. Wow, +9s. Okay, yeah, as I said, the game has been updated recently. So it's yeah, there are some things that I've never seen before, like giving me a +9 and giving me 2+4s. Does also mean that decreased cuisine. Oh, that's preparation, so don't care about that. Increase food morale bonus. Food morale bonus allows duplicants to receive morale boost from lower quality food. Maintaining high morale will allow duplicants to learn more skills. I don't see how that's a bad thing. I'm a bit perplexed by that. Increased decor, and that will give me better results from the decor. I really quite like this person, which means that we don't need a +4 creativity on this one. So as good as you are, you're gone. Yeah, we want a researcher, and yeah, a +9 science is fantastic. Decrease machinery, that's fine. Gourmet, increase cuisine, so faster cooking speeds and maintaining high. Hold on. Allows duplicants to receive morale boosts from lower quality food. I'm very hesitant to change that because I do quite like that. Let's have a look at the digger next. So +7 to excavation. I'd like to try and get another +9. So see if I can. Oh, a +10, even better. Increase science. Well, it doesn't matter because we've got a researcher. Ooh, farts frequently. No, thanks. We'll skip past you. +11. Wow, they really have changed the stat rolls. Decreased calories. No, we don't want you. Starts with a tier 3 skill. Wow, that's actually really beneficial. But increased air consumption, so that's a hard pass. Immune to food poisoning, good. Decreased construction, not so great. Especially for a starting dupe, we're going to be doing a lot of construction. So yeah, we definitely don't want that negative aspect. Increased excavation, so they've got the +8 for excavation, plus another 3 here, but snores loudly. I mean, I'm going to have everybody in their own bedrooms, so that's not going to be a huge issue, but yeah, I don't want it. Increased air consumption, no. Can't do research, but poor stats, poor stats, poor stats. Decreased medicine, don't care so much about that. Increased food morale bonus. That might be as good as we're going to get, to be honest. +9. I mean, we have seen +11s, but I'll take +9, sure. There's the only one that I'm less happy with is this, and it's not because gourmet is bad. It's pretty good, but it's less of a concern for me. I'm actually, do you know what? I'm gonna not worry about it and just get going. I am gonna rename my dupes though, so I did have a quick look on my Twitch earlier and had a look at some of my followers. So let's go with Kai is our researcher. And let's have Blah as our digger. And let's have McCoy as our decorator. Okay, so, oh, and final thing, we shall name our colony, and as I always do with these types of games, it's always some sort of play on Beard. So let's have Beardhampton. Unless I've used that. Oh, yeah, no, I've already used Beardhampton on this game. Let's try again. Beardshire. I've probably used that one. Yeah, that's a pretty standard one I go with. Beardcastle. Yeah, there we go. Beardcastle. Let's embark. And the first thing we will do is pause it immediately. So that we can have a look around. And I'll be honest, this looks promising. I think this is the seed that I started with, that I was hoping for. So, huzzah. Okay, couple of things. So, as this game is called Oxygen Not Included, I suppose we should probably talk about breathing first. Overlays in the top right over here are exceedingly useful, and you'll need to refer to them quite a lot. So, very light blue, very breathable, dark red, very unbreathable. So just worth keeping those things in mind as you're building out. So to produce oxygen, naturally, we have this mineral called oxalite, and that will just slowly produce oxygen until that ore is consumed. So that's one thing. Another way would be to produce oxygen generating machines, which we will get to. But our main priority for day number 1 is getting 3 beds and at least 1 bathroom sorted, as well as gaining access to this water down here. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to go 8 out. No, I'm going to go 11 out. And just to mark, in fact, we can't do it just yet. So let's let them get going with some of the digging. And now that they've dug out some stuff, we can access some building. So we're going to want our ladders going in here. As I said, we want to get down to this water as soon as possible. That's going to be one of our main priorities. Quickest way to do that is, we've run out of material, so let's let them keep digging. So yeah, we'll get them down to this level here, and we'll get them to dig out this here, and we will get them to put a pitcher pump in there. But of course they will need a ladder to get down there, so let's add in 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we will get access to water eventually. Next thing we need to worry about is getting our bedrooms up and running. So let me quickly figure out the locations. So farm 1, 2, farm 1, 2, ceiling, storage, ceiling. So we want the bedroom to be there, or the floor for the bedroom to be there. Need 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll put another set in there. There we go. Let's put ladders in those places, and then they can start digging into this. We have got water over here, which is less than ideal. Tell you what, we'll do a temporary bedroom down here until we can move it further up. Oh no, yeah, oh god, this isn't good actually. We've got water in the way over here. We're gonna have to drain it out. So we're just gonna have to do a bunch of temporary bedrooms for now, which is not really what I wanted to do. Yep, best laid plans of mice and men and all that. Yeah, so it doesn't seem as though I've got the exact seed that I was hoping for, but that's okay. It means that you're going to get a more unique experience of me having to problem solve my way through this game. Okay, so we've already burnt through about a quarter of the day. I think some dupes are going to be going without beds this evening, unfortunately. The most important thing, though, is getting the bathroom. Okay, so they can't jump across here, which is what's causing this delay. And that's because that is in the way. Let's speed up just a little bit. I will normally just run this on full speed. It's just during the first day when there's a lot to micromanage. I like to try and keep tight control over the time. You can see we've got these shine bugs floating around as well, and they are very, very useful little critters. They improve the decor because they provide light. But they are also useful in the farm, and this is going to be our farm, so hopefully it will stay there. They do have downsides too. If they come close to the bedrooms while the dupes are sleeping, it will wake them up. So good and bad sides to them. Just double checking I've got this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, that is correct. Everything's fine. Okay, yeah, I would like them building out a little bit further. I'm going to have a very, very cramped two-person bedroom here, but not until we've put in some bathroom facilities. So we'll get an outhouse and a wash basin, and what we'll then do is put in two doors. The reason I'm using a door here rather than a tile is because it still allows air to flow through it. So it's just a handy little tip. You want to maintain kind of max airflow. And the reason that I'm actually, walling these off into their own room is because of one of the most important things in this game. It is rooms. So here you can see there's a huge list of different types of rooms. If you have them, it provides various types of bonuses. So having a barracks, just like a low quality bedroom, adds +1 morale to the person sleeping in there. Same thing for a latrine, which is what we're going to have here. It's just a very, very basic bathroom. Yeah, anybody who uses it will have a +1 morale. And morale is really important. Okay, so let's set up this wash basin. So as you can see on the top of it, it's got like a two-way arrow. Now, what that means is as they pass this way, they will wash their hands, and when they pass that way, they will wash their hands. But we don't need them to do it twice. We only need to do it once they've used the bathroom. So we are going to switch the direction off to the right. We'll lock that door up because we don't want people. Sometimes the dupes will do weird things where they'll like see this door and go, oh no, I'm not going to walk through that door. I'll climb up on top of it and go through this door and climb back down. So yeah, if you just lock it, it forces them to go through the correct door. And we'll force this door to always be open because you'll see in a oh, okay, he's actually doing it automatically. But yeah, as they walk through this door, they'll have to wait for it to open if you don't have it auto set to open, which is just a pain in the ass. We also have access to water. The reason we needed that is because to be able to have the wash basin working, you need to supply it with water. So that's why that was also a priority on day number 1. The downside of not having a bathroom by the beginning of day 2 is quite literally you will have piss on your hands. They will pee all over the floor, and you'll have to mop it up. So yeah, it's just not advised. I'm also going to get another room set up over here so that we can put one more bed in there, and hopefully that will mean they each have a bed this evening. So with that in mind, furniture, cots. So they're already building that outhouse, I'm not too worried. They'll have 2 people sleeping in here. It's not what I would normally do, but this water being here is basically forcing my hand. What we will do eventually is we'll make kind of like a tunnel that goes all the way down there. We'll break through this, and then we'll have this, and this water, and probably this one as well, all accumulate into one pool so that we don't have all these various little ones around. You're probably also seeing various other, we've got more normal water up there as well, worth knowing, and smaller one over there. But you'll notice that we've also got these other things. We will get onto other biomes and the problems that they have a little bit later. I'll give you a clue as to what they might be. Germs. This is the germ overlay. Lots of germs here, lots of germs here. You have to be very careful in dealing with this, otherwise basically that will spread everywhere, and it's very difficult to get rid of after that point. So it's something you have to treat with extreme caution. Right, almost in the final third of the day. One thing I haven't done yet, actually, is set priorities. Let's just put it down to normal speed. So Kai is our researcher, and we only want Kai to research. So we're going to disallow for everybody except for Kai, who's going to have very high priority. Blah is our digger, but we want everybody to dig. So we're just going to set Blah to very high priority. And Mr. McCoy is gonna have high priority on decorating. And in fact, we don't want anybody else to be doing decorating. So let's just add McCoy as the high priority there. There's a couple of other things. I'm going to put Kai onto one cooking because he is it a he in the game? The he in real life, but it's a she in the game. I do apologize, Kai. Excellent. I think we're actually going to have beds for everybody. And if I'm lucky, I might even be able to get a second bathroom in. I think that's a bit unlikely, to be honest. We'll see. I'll at least set the priorities there. Let's also dig out those so that there is max airflow up here. And we will also want to put in some doors again so that we can get them set up as barracks. Door and door. And then we'll have plumbing as well. We want the outhouse there, and we want to go to medicine and put a wash basin in here. So that is your number one priority, day one. It's a toss-up whether we're going to get all of those things built before the end of this cycle. But we've got a fairly good chunk of the way through. Okay, they're having their meals. Blah is using the bathroom. We'll again do the same thing that we did with the other set of doors, where we will lock the top doors. That shine bug worries me greatly because it's sat right outside a bedroom and they are about to go to sleep. So I am going to say that they need to attack it, and they need to do it priority number 9. Oh, not sure that they can. Oh dear, I've got a feeling that these two are going to get constantly woken up by this shine bug if they don't do something about it immediately. Oh dear. Oh well. Whoever gets in those beds first are going to be having a restless night. So McCoy is having a room to himself, or herself it looks like. In fact, we have a feminine colony. We have all 3 dupes as women, which is fine. As it so happens, their namesakes are all men, but that's okay. Yeah, these two are just going to be having a restless night. That shine bug needs to go ASAP. Oh, this was... Oh, do you know, if I'd have thought through things, I could have switched up the schedule so that one of them stayed awake a little bit longer in order to kill it, but most of the way through the night at this point. Let's just take the penalty and worry about it tomorrow. We'll also set this one to permanently open and set... Oh, maybe it's already... So that one needs to be locked. Oh, that one's not been built, that's why. After a sleepless night, Blah was just like, no more. And the first thing they did on waking was make sure that it was no longer going to be a problem. Okay, so we're going to get these things built out, but let's start planning our next move. Our next move is research, and we're going to want to build up for that, but being careful of this slime biome. Again, let's just put the germ overlay on. Yeah, oh wow. Tricky one, this start. Very tricky. until we deal with that, we're very limited what we can do on this side. You know, I would have probably been better starting the colony off on this side. What with the water being here and the slime being here, it's not worked out well for me. I have to be honest. That was poor forethought, but it is what it is. We've made our bed, quite literally. Let's lie in it and just get on with things. So yeah, we want to prioritize research next. So again, let's just plan out the way that this is going to work. So I know that I want storage center in these two tiles here. We're going to have our mess hall, which needs to be 4 tall here. 4 tall? Yeah, 4 tall. Which means that we can put our research in here. So let's dig out all of that. Ooh. Thankfully, that is just above. And again, that. So yeah, these little markers here, it's telling me that I don't have the ability to dig those things out right now because those are granite and those are hard materials. We will be able to get rid of them reasonably soon. Thankfully, that is too tall, so we'll be able to get through there. We just won't be able to kind of properly carve out the room as aesthetically pleasing as I would possibly normally like to do. Which is fine. It's fine. Put my OCD to one side for today. Speed it up a wee bit. Oh, that is also a super hard material. Oh dear. Very poorly thought through. Okay, let's get some temporary ladders built in. These will not be staying forever. It's just, these are the things you have to do. Oh, might help if I dig that out so that they can get up there. Okay. Making slow but steady progress to research. Let's again set this to pointing to the right. So we shouldn't have any toilet problems. Should being the optimal word. I am just going to add that tile in there to stop all this carbon dioxide getting out. It will also stop the oxygen getting out, and it will keep that shine bug in. But that's okay. That will be a nice oxygen boost for later once we kind of burn through our initial set of it. All of this area was kind of filled with carbon dioxide, so actually it might just be worth taking a quick look. It's not too bad. So carbon dioxide will naturally fall down, which will push the oxygen up. Generally, when you've got like quite a large base built out, the oxygen will sit somewhere in the middle. Hydrogen will go to the top, carbon dioxide to the bottom, and then oxygen will just fill the space in between. It's also worth noting that the more spaces that you open up, the more the oxygen will kind of diffuse into those spaces. So it's worth keeping an eye on. If you hover over a tile there, you can see that there's about 1,121 grams of oxygen here, compared to, let's try up here, 439. So the oxygen is much denser over here. So that will slowly start to diffuse out into the spaces. And as I say, the carbon dioxide will naturally fall to the bottom of the base. So it's always worth kind of building a nice CO2 trap at the bottom, because there's not very much right now. This is essentially what was caged in here, and also the CO2 that these guys are breathing out. Yes, it is that deep in this game. There is, you know, they will produce, as they consume the oxygen that's in the air, they will produce carbon dioxide. Hence, oxygen is not included in this game. Right, we've cleared out a little bit of space, so let's start thinking about what we want to put into this area. And let's keep them going so they can keep digging. First of all, we want furniture, no, stations, yeah, research. So we want our advanced research going in here. Let's put our normal one there. We'll then also want power, so we'll have a manual generator, and then let's also throw in a battery. I'm not going to worry about an oxygen diffuser just yet. As we saw, oxygen could be better. It certainly could, but it's not gonna be the end of us just yet. Okay. Yes, we have all of these things that firepower, but useless if we don't wire them up. So let's add the wires in, and once the wires are built, we'll then fill in the floor, because to put that wire in, they're going to have to dig out these spaces. Oh, I thought I'd screwed myself by making them drop down into the... Oh, Kai might be screwing himself. Oh, no, just got through. Okay, they are unable to build... Not quite sure why they're not building the wire. Okay, they are now. Odd. As soon as the wire is in, we can start to add tiles over the top of them. Okay, so we should have research up and going by the start of the second day. By the end of the second day, rather. Yeah, within plenty of time, which will give me a bit of time to go and do some digging in preparation for tomorrow's tasks. So the wire's in, so let's build that final tile. Okay. So we've got 3 beds, we've got 2 bathrooms, we've got research. What do we want next? Well, this is going to be our mess hall over here. But again, I'm not going to worry about that right now. What we do need to worry about is food. But until we've done the research, we can't put in our food over here. So let's give them some menial tasks, which means I'm clearing out this space along here. Let's get rid of a bit more over this side. And got oxalite there, so we don't want to get rid of those. Let's also harvest all the plants that we can see, because we will be replanting them in our farm in a little while. Even if we can't reach them, I'm just going to set them to be harvested now, so that when they are available, it just does it automatically and I don't need to think about it again for a while. Now, there's not a lot of plants around in this starting area, so our farm is going to be a slow build, slow start. That's okay. Food is, you can see up in the top left here, it says 20,000 kilocalories, which sounds as though it's quite a lot, but it doesn't last. It's, oh, in fact, it was 21,000, but still, that food supply does not last very long, which is why food is on next priority. But yeah, we needed these things for the first night. We needed the research so that we could get the food going. And in fact, we should really get that going immediately. So I know that it's these 2 here. So we want the basic farming. We need to do this in order to get our farm tiles, which are here. So I believe Kai is our researcher, so Kai will get research in ASAP, as it's set to high priority. Yep, you can just see him popping up there now. Oh no, Kai was the one running the wheel. So getting some power storage set up in that battery, and then these two will just keep going with the other bits and pieces. I'm also gonna carve out this here. I want to kind of try and keep that oxalite there. It still produces oxygen if it drops, but I don't know. I think I've read somewhere, or I might have seen in a YouTube video that it produces more if it's still in the world. I don't know. I could be completely making that up, or rather, the person who initially said it or wrote it was making it up, or it used to be true but it's no longer true. But one of many of those various scenarios that I've just pitched. Yeah, let's. The reason I want to go over here is because there's more plants and I want them harvested. So in fact, you know what? It's only one piece of oxalite. Screw it. It's not going to be the end of the world. So research still going. These two slowly building their way over here so that they can cut those plants. Do want to kind of start thinking about trying to make this water escape into here, but the problem is if it sinks in here, because it's at a higher level, the water displacement again is a thing in this game. They've really thought the physics and the way that this game plays out very well. So yeah, what will happen is because this is higher, it will sink down, but that will then push this water up, which is not necessarily something that we want. We would perhaps want to dig down here a little bit more first. So do you know what? Let's do it. Let's dig those bits out. They're not going to be able to reach it just yet. But yeah, let's build some ladders down. In fact, they'll need one more, I believe. Yep. Okay, it's pretty much the end of the day, so they're done with their tasks for the day and they'll be going to bed. Eventually, I will be setting up multiple schedules for them to go on. Oh, in fact, do you know what? There's one thing that I almost always do, and that is I give them. In fact, I've kind of left it too late now, and some of them had really bad night's sleep the first night. So, no, I'm not going to reduce their downtime. The reason I normally reduce the downtime is just to get a little bit more work out of them, and plus it's a temporary fix to, just to get the initial stages done. But considering I forgot and didn't do it, yeah, my bad. Okay, one thing that they can start to do tomorrow, put some storage bins in here. 4 is more than enough for the time being. Okay, they're having a munch, but they should be going to bed now. Oh dear. Look what's coming to screw. Oh no, this cannot persist. We can't have 2 nights in a row of these two not sleeping at all. That's really going to screw them over. Oh no, the top priority thing doesn't work. Oh no. Sorry, Blur, you are having a very bad night. Kai is unaffected. Oh dear. Blah. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? Let's see if it floats away first. Blah might get a little bit of sleep if the shine bug does go that way. Or upwards is fine. Oh, thank God. I'm still going to have a debuff, and now McCoy's going to have a debuff as well. Unrested, too bright. So yeah, plus 10% stress in the cycle. Ugh. Those shine bugs, they are really useful, and I'd like to try and keep them alive, because if you can get them kind of trapped down here in the farm, they're so useful, but it's difficult to do that. Yeah, kill that shine bug. Screwed everybody's nights up. Well, apart from Kai. Kai had a good rest. So Kai's right back at it with the research, and now we've got Blah down here doing the digging tasks. Koi doing some disinfecting of the loo. That's his Blah. Okay, so Kai's just refilling the research station with dirt. I'm not quite sure why dirt is needed for the research station, but that's the way it's always been, so that's the way it is. So McCoy's doing a little bit of power regen. Right, let's speed it up because not much is really happening right now. So chopping down some plants, going down here so that eventually we can drop this water in. And in fact, do you know what? Let's... Oh no, the hatch is drowning. Oh, poor hatch. There'll be plenty of others, I'm not going to worry. Would rather... I wasn't mercilessly killing hatches, but that's the... Oh no. Oh no. Blah fell in. Oh no. Oh no. Oh crap. Priority. Top priority. Get these things built. So you can put the whole base on alert to get things done if there is a danger of imminent death, as there is right now. Oh, good God. Oh, thankfully Blah survived and just went straight back into the water. Well, at least the, well, almost. Okay, the ladder's there now, so Blah can get out now. Oof, that was less than ideal. Never mind. And I'm going to build the next piece of that ladder immediately because I'm also going to start digging out more pieces. Let's dig that one out too. Now, again, there's good reasons why you probably shouldn't have them going into the water. Firstly, sopping wet, plus 20% stress for the cycle, chilly surroundings because they're in cold water. Yeah, stress 10% per cycle. So on top of the unrested because it was too bright and the fact that they're hungry. They're also sopping wet and chilly and they've been holding their breath. Blah is not a happy camper. Do apologise, Blah. So as you can see, the water level was pretty much on par with the water pump before, but it's now dropped down significantly because we've dug things out. So that means when we do flood this area with this water, it's at most going to be level with the pitcher pump. This water, again, we're going to have to dig further down to make a nice big reservoir down here. But little by little, we'll get there. We'll get there. Curious. Let's see how we're doing for oxygen. Pretty sweet. Everywhere's bright blue. Not worried at all. Don't need to build an oxygen diffuser. So all of the research is done. So priority numero uno. Let's get food. Farm tiles. So we're going to want farm tiles all the way along there, as well as just no, in fact, yeah. Oh, one too many. X to auto select the deconstruct tool. Oh no, we don't want deconstruct, we just want cancel. So C for that. Cool. So we'll just do one side of the farm for now. We'll worry about that side a little bit later. But we want that all done fairly quickly. So I'm going to actually set a priority 7 on all of this. Does mean that our ration box is going to have to move. So again, let's check our oxygen overlay. Carbon dioxide is right down here, which not ideal. Really, you want your ration box to be sitting in carbon dioxide. It prevents germs from growing on it and keeps it in a sterile the food in a sterile environment. Now, what we will be doing a little bit later is building a carbon dioxide trap next to the mess hall. In fact, do you know what? I suppose for the time being, it really doesn't matter too much. We really need the ration box to be somewhere that's convenient for them to go and pick up food and not too far out of the way. Now, they tend to eat at night, so I actually, oh no, let's not put it there, because I do want to put another bed in here once we get another duplicant, but decisions. Tell you what, it's not going to stay there forever anyway, so I'm going to put another tile in here, and we are going to put some ration box on there. It's a very, very temporary feature, and plus they'll probably in the morning and just before they go to bed, and it's right next to their bedroom, so I'm happy with that. So let's turn that overlay off. Ooh, we have something in the printing pod. So when you can see it flashing like this, you'll want to go to choose a blueprint. Let's see what we've got. We've got some seeds. Meh, not too bothered about that, but we can bring in some other dupes. But you do not just want to start bringing in dupes willy-nilly. Look at who they are, look at how good they are, think, have I got the facilities to support another person? Now, as I'm casting a very, very brief eye over this, I do not like any of the ones I see. Increased bladder, don't like that. Decreased creativity and increased decor morale bonus. Actually, that I'm not too bothered about, but the stats +1 creativity plus decreased creativity, it's it's a positive that cancels out a negative, so what's the point? Shabby dresser, so poor decor, not very good stats. Do you know what? Well, I may as well bring in the seeds. It costs me nothing. I'm not going to be using them for a long time, but why not? It's better than rejecting them all. There are occasions when you will just want to reject everything, but yeah, seeds, meh, can't hurt. They don't go off. So we're going to want to dig those bits out. The storage boxes got constructed without my noticing. So let's decide what they can have in them. We want everything except organics. We'll want the organic stuff, which at the moment is just algae and food, going elsewhere. Everything else, though, is fine. Yep. So what we'll do, rather than setting that the same for every single box, we'll just copy settings, hold, drag, copied, done. Now, as new materials or new things are found, I think it will just start auto adding them to the storage bin. So it's worth going back and checking that the things going into those bins are what you want them to be every so often. Don't just assume that everything that's going in there is fine to go in there. For example, if you start getting rid of some of this slime, which is, as you can see, it's got almost 1 million germs in that one square. If you start collecting it and one of these happens to have slime as an okay thing, well, let's not sugarcoat it, you're screwed. It's going to really bugger up your plans. Okay, I'm just waiting for these ones to be done, and then I'll start thinking about planting. We also want to deconstruct that ration box, but not until that one has been completed. So let's just... Okay, that's going to be done as soon as I unpause, really. So let's have a look here. So we've got two types of seeds that we can start with, mealwood seeds and blossom seeds. Now, why have I built all the way up to the printing pod? Well, to understand that, let's go to the light overlay. So that you can see here that the printing pod does give off some light. So it casts it over the first two of these tiles and the top three of these, and it will do something similar on the other side. Now, why is that important? So let's have a look at the different types of seeds. But let's look at blossom seeds first. What does it need? It needs 200 light to grow, whereas mealwood seeds doesn't require any light. So we're going to want to put the blossom seeds in these sections here. So that one, oh, can't plant it yet because of course the box is in the way. So let's just do it on the top. Plant there, and we'll copy those settings. 1, 2. We've only got 3 of these seeds right now, so that's all I'm going to worry about. And then let's have a look. We've got 4 mealwood seeds. Let's just put those on the bottom. So as I said, that's why I was chopping things down earlier. There should be more actually. There's a muck root there, but oh, that's just the actual food, not the seed. That's a mealwood seed. That's a blossom seed. So in fact, once they go and pick those things up, which I'm going to get them to do now, sweep and sweep. Oh, in fact, it was including those ones on the floor with this. So in fact, what we actually need to do is set these as a higher priority so that we can put more things in our farm. Let's make that priority 9 and make that a priority 9 so that they actually go and do it. Same with this one here as well. Now there are there's more mealwood here and more bristle blossoms here, so not what I would like to do in a perfect world, but I am going to temporarily dig into this area so that they can jump in, cut down the high priority ones. So again, let's set that to 9, set that to 9, set that to 9, and set that to 9, and a briar seed. I don't think we need that, so I'll just ignore it for now. But yeah, we'll get them to dig into here so that they can go and collect the other seeds so we can build out this farm a little bit further. We've got all of our bristle blossoms planted. We've got all of the mealwoods planted, so they're ready to go. They've dug into here, so I just need them to go and actually cut these things down. Oh, okay, we have the ration box fixed, so all things and deconstruct this one. It won't deconstruct the food, so don't worry about that. It will just drop it all on the floor, and then they'll have to slowly kind of start to move it over. So they've been collecting all the food that was on the floor first before going to cut these things down, which is rather annoying, but never mind. would... Okay, they're now just starting to clean the floor rather than going to cut things, which I don't understand. They should be going over to cut them. Let's have a look. Priorities: farming, ranching, building, digging, supplying, and storing. I suppose it will probably come under farming, but I don't know. Let's. Oh, I tell you what, should have absolutely put some more research on. What do we want next? We want... Where are you? Colony development. Went straight past it. So we want this one next because we want the supercomputer, because that will give us advanced research capabilities. So all of the skills in these first two columns, they just require the basic research, which we already have from the computer we've already built. But you'll notice that these ones here, they have the basic novice requirement and the advanced research requirement. So to be able to do any of these, we need to build a supercomputer. So that's next priority. Let's get those two done. Kai is set as high priority for research, so Kai will go straight off to go and do that. These two are just cleaning up, which, I mean, it needs doing, but I have set these things as high priority. I tell you what, let's see if I can manually get them to go and do it. Move to that location. No, don't just run away. I want you to chop that down. Maybe if I uproot it, maybe the... Oh, of course they're harvesting. They're not uprooting, they're harvesting, which is why they've not dug up these things. Ugh, what a fool I am. I was just choosing the wrong thing. Yeah, they're harvesting as they'll go and get the seeds and the, you know, the food from them. But I actually want them to dig them up so that we can put blossom seeds in there, and we can put mealwood seeds in there and there. Okay, end of the day. We have no more pesky, what are they called? Light bulb flying things. Shine bugs, there we go. Got no more shine bugs, so everybody's getting a good night's kip tonight, which is good news. Okay, end of cycle 4, start of cycle 5. Not quite as far as I would like to be. I would like to have had this farm reasonably well filled out by this stage, but it's getting there. Slowly. It's getting there. Research complete. Do you know what? Let's get rid of all this rubbish clogging up my screen. Let's just again check for oxygen. Ooh, okay, it's starting to dip a little bit now. That's because I dug into here. Have they got everything? No, there's still seeds in there that I want them to collect. So let's set them as a task so that they go and do it quicker. And then we'll close this off again. Because I imagine some of the CO2 is probably just dripped out. I will need to start thinking about oxygen production very soon. That's for sure. Do we have any skill points? Not yet. Still have seeds for them to collect, so set that as high priority. There they go. So we can. That's yeah. We don't really need the blossom seeds because we need to build on the other. Oh, in fact, yep, that's what we can do then. Let's start to build some of the farm tiles on the other side. I'm not going to worry about doing them all. Let's just get the bristle blossom ones sorted so that we can get those planted. Let's see. Do we have? Yes, we do. So more mealwood. Plant those there, and there, there. Excellent. This side of the farm is getting good. Let's copy the settings from here, paste them in there. Okay, food is pretty good. It's only just below 20,000. A couple of cycles have gone by, and now we have plenty of food being produced. So I'm less worried about food now. And actually, I'm not going to close this up. What I'm going to do instead is actually start digging it out. Because we do kind of want to start thinking about the mess hall. It will give a nice morale boost. So yeah, let's start thinking about that. So it needs to go from here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that was correct. Is that 10? Yeah, 10 by 4. So let's get rid of. Oh. Ah, nerds. Let's do it this way instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then ladders will go up to there. So let's dig out that. In fact, let's just put the ladders in as a placeholder. So they won't actually build these because they're kind of buried within the rock, but at least I then know where the ladders are going, so I don't have to keep on trying to eyeball everything. And same thing there. Just put that one in there as well. Which means that we want all of that dug out. We can cancel that digging. We can start thinking about our mess hall. We will also need to put in some tiles along the ceiling. Now, that's going to be too high up for them to reach, so we will also need them to dig in this. No research on, so we can build our supercomputer now, but until such time as we can get rid of that hard rock, I want to put the supercomputer in 1, 2. Oh, actually, it fits perfectly in that space there. So ignore that. Let's go stations, supercomputer, and boom. Let's get that in, and let's wire it up. So there is, as well as the screen looking less messy, there is actually a logic to putting the wires in the ceilings and the walls, and that is wires hanging about all over the place decreases the decor. We've not really thought or looked or even concerned ourselves with decor so far, but that is going to be something we want to start considering soon. Actually, before that shine bug becomes an issue, because it's now been completely opened up. Bye. You have to go. Don't want another sleepless night from my dupes. Okay, end of the day for them. So, starting to carve out a mess hall. Going to get our advanced research on the go. But let's see, what research do we want next? We want... What do we want? Probably some airflow tiles would be good, and then insulation tiles will be needed, but before that, probably deodorizers. So let's go along those three. So we just have to do these to get to the things that I want, which is the deodorizer for one and the airflow tile for another. So let's just get those queued up. Do we have... no more seeds. That's fine. Yeah, that pool of water, not quite decided how I'm going to figure that one out. Might have to do some kind of weird cascade thing where we make it drop down this way and drop down into here. Don't know, I'll have to figure that out later. I suppose we could also always kind of like go up and round it, put a ladder down, put a water pump at the bottom, and then pump the water down here. It's long and a big hassle to do that, but it might actually be the better way of doing it. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge much later because I don't see myself going up there anytime soon. Maybe to get that copper at some point, but that's about it. Okay, where are we up to? So we've got some of our mealwood. Oh, growing, but not quite grown. So we'll be harvesting that soon-ish. What other things can we... Yeah, okay. We just need them to start carving that out so that they can create that roof. The wire's in there now, so let's go ahead and tile across there. Now, of course, they couldn't go and do that because there was no tiles and they couldn't jump across 2 spaces. Okay, off they go. So these two are just filling the research machine up for Kai, while Kai just keeps going with the actual job of researching. Now, one thing that we are going to want to do down the line, probably not in the too distant future, is start cleaning up all of this rubbish that's on the floor. It's not going to be immediately noticeable to you, but yeah, well, in fact, there is a very good example of it. There is a ton of rubbish and the decor is awful. So yeah, if things look messy, it's got low decor, which is why we build this row of storage bins. It's just like a nice, easy, convenient place for them to go and dump everything that they find. Just need to make sure what they're putting in here. Nothing organic, so that's fine. Everything else, can fill the boots on. Oh, end of day 6. So not a lot of progress today, but that's okay. There are days like that where there's just like lots of little menial tasks. So a big chunk of food. Not bad, but let's see what our dupes are going to bring us. 6 construction, 5 cuisine, not bad at all. Decreased science, don't care because we've got a researcher. Decreased machinery, it's rarely an issue. So uncultured, so he's very impressed by decorating, but he can't do decorating errands, which again I don't care about because I've already got a dedicated decorator. That's not bad. We do need somebody who can cook, and their construction is pretty sweet too. Devon, you're definitely in consideration there. However, this one, Otto, 12 construction is fantastic, plus increased athletics, plus gourmet, falls asleep periodically. I don't like narcoleptic dupes. Oh, which is such a shame. Got really, really good stats, but that falls asleep periodically. It doesn't go away. Sorry, Otto. Can't bring you in, son. How about this one? Agriculture and creativity now. Not bothered about that. I'm quite tempted to bring Devon in. We could do with an extra dupe. Oh, let's do it. Right. Before we do that, let's quickly refer to Twitch and find the name of our next dupe. Where would you be? Probably in there. Yeah. Community, followers list. Let's see. We've got Kai, we've got McCoy, we've got Blah. Let's go with Silver. Let's just go with Silver rather than the full name. Silver, come and join my colony. And we don't have a bed. Oh, we don't have a bed for you. Oh, I should have waited until the next day. That was poor thinking on my part. Let's see if I can fix that very, very quickly. Let's move you to the other schedule, and let's have you working through the night. We'll put your bath time in the middle of the day, your downtime slightly after that, and how many? 3 spots of bedtime. Silver's going to be on a slightly different schedule, so that they do actually have a bed for the next day, for like when their sleep time comes around. And you know what? It might even be worth putting one of these guys onto this schedule as well, because then we've constantly got things kind of ticking over. And if we can work it so that so Silver is going to be sleeping up here. Whose bed is that? That's McCoy's bed. So we want McCoy on... No, we don't want McCoy on the other schedule. We want either Kai or Blah. Let's move Blah. Great. So we've got 2 different schedules now. So things are constantly ticking over. We don't have to wait those 3 slots of bedtime for things to start happening again.